What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Test and Tune episode, where we test and tune one of my teams. As you can see, when the episode starts like this, just for those of you who are new, this means that I built a team, and we are going to test it out. We're going to see if we like how it works. We're going to see if the actual idea that I have for the team is in fact feasible to take it on the ladder and pick up some victories. But before that happens, if you could do that YouTube thing, and that's hit that like button if you are new to the channel. We are getting so close to our goal of 500 subscribers, and I absolutely cannot do that without your help. So scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, and then you also will have you'll have the opportunity to stay up to date, there it is, with my Pokemon content. On to today's episode. Today's episode is going to be fun. It's a team that I had a concept in my brain, up in this head. Oh, you don't want to be in there. Up in the head, up in the brain for a long time now. Pretty much since the beginning of this beginning of this month. We won't say the beginning of Rag E, because it's been going for like 2 months now. But my thought was, why not just use Sword Stance Ogerpom with the Cornerstone mask? Everybody is loving on the Hearth Flame and the Wellspring, so the water and the fire, and even you'll see the regular grass one around. Getting its due desserts. Anyways, I figured no one's giving the love to the Rock Mask, and Rock is a great option. There's a lot of flying Pokemon around. There's some fire Pokemon running around, and you smack one of those things with a rock, and it's gonna do plenty of damage, especially if you've hit Sword Stance, which is the whole premise of this team. You lead with the Ogerpom, you lead with the Rillaboom, you fake out, you Sword Stance, and you go from there. Whether you're switching in for Tailwind and stuff like that, you don't even got to lead with the Rillaboom. You just want a Sword Stance, because the Rock Ogerpom has the ability Sturdy, so it takes 2 hits to knock it out. You'll literally go down to 1 HP, and then you won't get knocked out, because it's like a free Focus Sash. And then you have Horn Leech for health recovery and stuff like that, so you can get going from there. But the whole thought process there is to use the Cornerstone Ogerpom, who's just napping away, and do as much damage as you can after a Sword Stance is done. Now, check this out. This is the cool part. This is what I really, when I was building this team and I realized that this was a thing, I was like, this is going to be fun. Ogerpom, the Cornerstone Ogerpom, when he Terras, you get the embodied aspect, like all the Ogerpom forms do. This one gives you plus defense, okay? Then you throw Tyranitar on the board, and you get the sand going, you get a plus special defense. Plus defense is always good, so it makes it a little harder to build. It's a little harder to take out when you have the sand going, and when you are Terrassal's Ice, because you get those 2 defenses boost, you get a Sword Stance boost, you have Horn Leech, so you're picking up health recovery, you have chances of critical hits with the Ivy Cudgel. The thing just does a lot of damage with that, and of course you have like Spiky Shield and stuff like that. The rest of the team is rounded out with a Firegrass Water Core, with the Rillaboom, the Heatran, and the Urshifu right there, and then we back it up with a support Pokemon that has Tailwind, Taunt, Rain Dance to turn the sand off, because Urshifu does have a Focus Edge, so you want to be careful with that. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to jump over to Showdown, and I'm going to kind of break the team down for you guys, and then we're going to get on to the practice ladder, the casual ladder, do a couple of battles, and we'll see if we can't get the Sword Stance Sand team popping off. Let's jump on over to Showdown. Alright guys, this is Showdown. We've talked about Showdown before in the past, but it is a program that you can play online, or you can download to your desktop and have a team builder. This is what the team builder looks like. You have plenty of options. You can even do battles right here. You can do random battles. You can do all these are some type of battle that you can do. But for our today's exercise, we're going to talk about the Rock Ogre team that I came up with. Okay, we'll start out with the Ogerpom. It's Cornerstone Ogerpom. It has the ability Sturdy. The way that works is if a Pokemon is at full HP, it survives 1 hit with at least 1 HP, immune to OHKO moves. So we can't be fissured like we were in a few videos ago, and we really have an opportunity because of this 30 to get the Sword Stance off with a moveset of Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, Spiky Shield, and Sword Stance. As far as the EVs, when I was testing and I was calculating, I just found this set on Pikalytics like I normally do, and I put it into the calculator, and this seems to do the optimal amount of damage with the 244 invested into the attack. Now, you could make an argument for full defensive investments and then just kind of leave the attack alone and take that 244 and divide it up into its defense and special defenses. But I figured with the Rillaboom, or not with the Rillaboom, sorry about it, with the Tyranitar and your Cornerstone or your Embodied Aspect ability, giving you the defense and the plus special defense, I figured maybe we would be okay. That's something we really got to test out. And the testing I've done so far, it's been okay, but we'll do some more testing. Maybe there's a slight EV adjustment to give it more defense. And then with the speed, that's another thing maybe we can adjust. But I really want him to outspeed as many things as possible so you're able to get damage off before you take damage. Because there are some things out there that will just wreck rock Pokemon, unfortunately, which is why we don't see a lot of them. But it's like I said, it's going to be the Rock Terra, obviously. Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, Spiky Shield, and Sword Dance are its movesets. So the thought process is Sword Dance first turn because your 30 is going. You Terra into the second turn. You bring Tyranitar out. And then you Ivy Cudgel or Horn Leech, whatever you need to do if you need to recover health and stuff like that. I did think about putting on a Sinistcha on this team, but I really liked the Fake Out and the priority of Rillaboom. So that's the Ogerpom with the Cornerstone Mask, raring and ready to go. Then we go with the Tyranitar, and I was going to do special Tyranitar because that's kind of my thing when I run Tyranitar, Garchomp, or even the Salamence. I like to run the special side of them, but I figured we'll just go full physical with a Heatran as your special attacker. And this has got the Clear Amulet, so you can't have your Intimidate. You're not intimidated, which is really good. Do watch out for burns, because that is a thing. We went with Rock Slide for flinch chances, Knock Off to knock items off, and Flying Terra with a Terra Blast to help cover for other grass Pokemon and stuff like that. I just figured during my research stage of the team, I found that this is one of our better options as far as attacking. Just because you have chances of flinching, you knock off items, you do have Protect, and you can't be intimidated because you have the Clear Amulet. As far as the stats, though, I went full investment into the attack with a Adamant Nature, and then I threw some speed down with 244, invested in that. After Tailwind, you're outspeeding a lot of things that otherwise you would not be outspeeding. 4 in defense, 4 in special defense, just to round it out, and then the last 4 in the HP. Pretty straightforward when it comes to Tyranitar. You get it out there to set the sand to get your special defense boost on your Ogerpom, and then you're either going to help with flinches or you're going to knock off items, whatever the case is. And if you need a Terra to take care of, Flying Terra is there because it's going to take care of things like a Moongus and stuff like that. We do have Heatran with a Heat Wave, but Heat Wave has a chance to miss, and if you have a chance to Terra the Tyranitar to take off or do a Terra Blast onto something, then maybe you want to think about that because it is big time damage. Then we're going to go to our support Pokemon, which is, my mouse isn't working, the support Pokemon of Tornadus. Pretty standard Tornadus, actually. It is not Leer. It is actually Rain Dance because Urshifu has a Focus Sash and it's a water Urshifu, and you do tons of damage in the rain. I run my standard 252 with a Timid Nature. I like to outspeed things that a lot of times, let me change the thought process there, just to explain it a little better. Tornadus that I run into on the ladder are never 252 with an Adamant, or with a Timid Nature. A lot of them have like 76 investment or some sort of investment like that, where maybe you're not the fast and you're relying on speed ties. I don't like speed ties. I want to know that my Pokemon are going to do what I need them to do, and if I need to taunt you before you can get your Tailwind off, that's the reason why I run 252 with a Timid Nature. It's not the bulky version of it, but honestly, I just want it to either taunt or Tailwind and then get off the field and allow one of my other offensive threats to come in and do the damage. It's hyper offensive in my opinion. And you're going to do tons of damage with Rillaboom, Urshifu, Heatran, Ogerpom, Tyranitar, whatever the case is. You can set the rain to support the Urshifu. You can set the rain to nerf fire damage. Just know that you will be nerfing your own fire damage if you do that with the Heatran. And then Bleak Wind Storm and Taunt with a Clover Cloak, and not a Flying Terra. It is a Ghost Terra to cover for E-Speeds and stuff like that. The fourth Pokemon in the squad is going to be one of the best Pokemon you can get your hands on, and that is a Waters Terra Water Urshifu with Close Combat, Surging Strike, Aqua Jet, and Detect with a Focus Sash. Just like I already mentioned, just keep in mind that if your Sand is on the field and you put Urshifu on the field, at the end of the turn, if your Sash is not broken, it will in fact be broken. So there's kind of a lack of cohesion with the Tyranitar and the Urshifu. But if you're bringing Urshifu, chances are you're not even going to bring the Tyranitar, because you're probably going to bring your Fire, Water, Grass Core backed with Tornadus, because the combo of Ogerpom and T-Tar just aren't going to work for what you're facing. Pretty straightforward there. It's actually extremely straightforward when it comes to the Focus Sash Urshifu. Same thing with this Rillaboom. Same thing with the Rillaboom. It's the Assault Vest variant. It's got a full investment of 252 in the HP, 116 with an Adamant nature, the 4 in defense, 76 in special defense, and 60 in the speed. This is a Rillaboom that I've been using since Rillaboom's come to the game. It's really good. It works a lot, and it works really, really well. It's got Fake Out, Grassy Glide, One Hammer, and then I opted for High Horsepower just for some ground damage to help do damage to things like other Heatrans, even the Iron Hands and stuff like that. So pretty straightforward. You're going to do damage. You got an Assault Vest, so you're going to take the hits you want to take. Like I said, it's just an EV spread that I've used for a while. Nothing really too fancy. It is a Fire Terra, not a Grass Terra. I did change that from the last Rillaboom I used. Final Pokemon in the squad is going to be our Fairy Terra Heatran with Terra Blast, Heat Wave, Flash Cannon, and Protect. With leftovers, and it's got a 252 build with the Modest Nature, so your special attack hits harder than it would without the Modest Nature. Put the last 4 into the speed, just in case you're running into something that maybe doesn't have the... If you're going to mirror, maybe you go with the little speed creep there. So that's the team in a nutshell. This link for the paste will be down below if you want to get your hands on it and check the team out a little more in depth. It's technically not finalized just because I just haven't done it yet. We gotta get some testing done, and after the testing, which is coming up next, if the team's good enough, the next episode will be on the ladder, and if we need to make some tweaks, I'll do that off camera, and then we'll come back at it. I did think about putting on an Intimidator over something, like even taking off the Heatran and putting a Hisuian Arcanine on it. But the reason why I have Heatran on here is because the Sand doesn't affect him because he's Steel type. So that, like I said, that's the team in a nutshell. Let's go ahead and jump onto the casual ladder and do a couple of practice battles. Usually there's 2, but if they're quick enough, we'll throw 3 on there. So I will see you guys in 1 second. Practice battle time! It's practice battle time with Sam, and he's rocking legendaries! Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's really early in the morning still. It's actually 9:30, so it's not really early in the morning. What am I talking about? But I haven't had enough coffee, apparently. Anyway, Sam rocking the Kyogre, both the forms of Slowbro, with Sinistra, of Ray, and a futuristic Cyclezard. Okay, what do we want to do here? Let's unplug that so that's not in my way. Big problems. I don't think our Sand works that well here, but we can go Tornadus. Actually, I am lying. If we go Ogerpom here, we go Rillaboom, we go T-Tar, and I could see Zoe being a good thing. It's got a Fairy Terra Terra Blast. I don't think the Urshifu is our best bet, and I feel like Tornadus might be a little too passive. So I think we're gonna rock it with Yeah, with the Heatran. I don't know. But the reason why now, I know I said our Ogerpom's not going to work out, but we have Horn Leech. And we can change weather. So if we could somehow get the Sword Stance up and stuff like that, we can start doing damage from there. Okay. So they could be Trick Rooming, which is not good. And we are slower, so we get our grassy terrain up. So we can go for the SD here. Jesus. Did you see that? We're fighting Jesus, guys. I'm terrified. Act faster than normal, but you get faked out anyways. Flinching couldn't move. They Volt Switch. I'm okay with a Volt Switch. Let's see what's happening. Is it going to be Kyogre? Is it? Is it Kyogre? I don't know. We'll find out together right now. It is Ray. Alright. Ray comes out to play Shiny Ray. I have a Shiny Ray. My Shiny Ray is an Event Ray that I've had for a long time. It's come up with me through a few different games. I never use it, but you know, we could Terra here. Hit that. And we'll go Woodhammer into the Slowbro. The Terra will give us a special the defense boost because of our maybe we shouldn't have Terra'd because we had Heatran with the Fairy Terra and we were kind of relying on that to take out those two dragon guys. But honestly, Rock Ogre does amazing to both of these guys. You got flying weakness and you're going to have electric, which I believe is... Let me find out real quick before I continue talking nonsense. They Terra. It's probably going to be the Ogerpom. Ground is the weakness for electric, but that's okay. It's normal. Yo, okay. Still, it's a +2 Ivy Cudgel coming its way. Let's find out what happens here. Pop! Hungs out with 1. Due to a Focus Sash. Okay. Dragon Ascent. That's not good. Rillaboom goes down due to the Dragon Ascent. That's really unfortunate. We really needed Rillaboom to stay there for a second or two. But that's okay. Shell Side Armor. Okay. That was a crit too. That's great. And a poison. That's even better. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad we're poisoned, guys. I'm kidding. It's awful. We should have just Grassy Glided into the Ray to break Focus Sash. Which would have been even better. I guess I'm just going to bring T-Tar in. And yeah. Okay, they withdraw the T-Tar, but I think it's gonna be the I keep thinking Cyclozard, but it's not. Oh. Well then. I'm okay with that. We're still gonna get an Ivy Cudgel off on it. What's just Oko's the Kyogre? I am with it. And we get a knockoff off. And that's an Oko as well. Let's go. It had a little bit of damage from Fake Out, but close enough. Close enough. And we are hurt by poison. We do get some health, but the poison happens after the health, so the health is negated because of how things are happening. Okay. I think I'm... Try the rock slide. Endure. Okay. Well, I'm not really hitting. I'm not really worried about you too much with a Draco. T-Tar lives with 1 HP. That is great. Oh, there you go. The little herb thing. Okay. Critical hit. Take out the Rhydon, the Crydon, or the Maridon, whatever it is. And a rock slide. And a void on the rock slide. That's great. It doesn't matter. We'll just rock slide. Or, not rock slide. Spiky shield and knock off. E-speed. That's fine. I figured you were going to E-speed the other spot. Not E-speed, but I figured you were going to attack. That makes sense. It makes sense. But it's just a flash cannon. Even if they, yeah, flash cannon. Even if they E-speed into the Ogerpom, which they do. Can't knock out both my guys. That's fine. They called I guess they called. I mean, we could have just attacked last turn. I was trying to be cheeky and get them to do damage to themselves, but they didn't do it. Anyways, flash cannon comes through, and that's game. GG's. We take out some legendaries to start the episode off. It's good to know that the team can take out some legendaries. Alright. We got another practice battle coming at you in about 2 seconds. Alright, let's look for our second battle. While that's happening, let's talk about the last battle for a second. So the last battle was, it was pretty straightforward. We got the sword stance off. We did catch a poison, but that didn't really matter. I think at that point our offense was so good that there was no coming back for our opponent. They did have the extreme speed to take out the Tyranitar, and they did actually even take out our Ogerpon with it. But in the end, I think we had enough offense to be able to pick up a bunch of victories. Okay. Urshifu looks good here. We got to cover Tailwind. Unfortunately, they do have Perish Song, potentially, which could be a thing. And same thing with Zoe's looks good, too, as well, with the Fairy Terra into those, what is that, Dark type, right? Yeah, Dark types. So I think if we lead Tornadus and I'm gonna lead Tornadus Ursh. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have my Heatran in the back and probably Rillaboom. But I do like Tyranitar or even Ogerpom in this instance. I'm gonna go Rillaboom. I'm gonna leave the Sand at home. And the Rock Ogerpom at home. And we'll see what we can get popping with the other side of the team. Fire. pretty good. Not gonna lie. Can't go wrong with a Fire Grass Water Core backed by a Tornadus. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, let's go. Let's get into this. What you got? Screamtail and Sally the Salamence. Okay. I think we're gonna swap into Heatran here. Like taunt, swap into Heatran? Let's do it. Let's do it. We got intimidated, which is unfortunate. But that's okay. We can handle an intimidation right now. We taunt the Screamtail to stop any shenanigans with that. They could be Mental Herb. And they dual Wing Beat. Okay. Now what's Screamtail doing? No Trick Room for you, buddy. Okay. I guess Tailwind. We could Terra Blast. Because they probably switch out Screamtail. Let's Terra Blast, see what happens here. They probably switch out the Screamtail because we taunted them. And they're probably going to go after the Tornadus. They could also try and set Tailwind to match our Tailwind. But maybe not. Maybe they're Choice Scarfed and now they're choiced into Dual Wing Beat. Because I've run Choice Scarfed Elements with Tailwind for super fast Tailwinds. We'll see what this Fairy Terra can do, and if they go with a Dragon move into us, it's not going to do anything. Because, you know, Dragon doesn't affect Terra, or it doesn't affect the Fairy. Okay. We get the Terra Blast off first. And that is a KO. Let's go. Doing the work that we need to do. Pretty good. And a play rough. Okay. No duckies? Okay, good. I think we switch into Rillaboom. Gets our, we can, like, switch and fake out if we want. Get the grass on the field and give us some health. They go Umbreon. Umbreon's dark, so we can't taunt, but we can go Rilla here. And the Screamtail's not really doing all too much. It's gotta be the Flutter in the back. It has to be. I'm gonna go Terra Blast into the Umbreon. Switch into our Grass guy. They have one more turn of Taunt after this, so we can always fake it out and try and hit it with something, depending on what they have coming in. Okay, they Terra. Let's see who it is. Umbreon into water. Okay. Okay then. Rillaboom says, "Hey, Umbreon, I'm gonna eat you up. I'm gonna eat you alive." Terra Blast comes through. Let's see what it does. Should do some good damage still. Still, I mean, that's about 30%, 40% damage. And they play rough into the Rillaboom. And they snarl. Good snarl, good snarl. What we're going to do is we're going to switch into the Tornadus here. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, because we have a lowered special attack now. Well, they got like 10% of that damage back that we did. And they do shake off the taunt. So we fake out. We switch into Tornadus. We can't let them get the Trick Room back up. And this resets the attack drop that we have. So that way we can still do as much damage as possible when we come back. It's all about... This is definitely a position fight. Us positioning ourselves to stop them doing the shenanigans that they have, like Trick Room and stuff. Alright, let's see. Tornadus comes in. Fake out there. Screamtail flinches and can't move. They foul play into Rillaboom. Not a big deal. I'm going to taunt and Woodhammer the Umbreon. Taunt the Screamtail and Woodhammer the Umbreon. Yeah, because we got one more turn to Tailwind. Okay. They could switch maybe even too, but I don't really think that's a thing for them. Taunt. We just got to keep this Screamtail from doing Screamtail things. They Baby Doll Eyes. Not bad. Let's see what this Woodhammer does. Terrain boosted. Still, even with the Baby Doll Eyes, still O-code their Water Terra Pokemon on the terrain. Terrain boosted, massive damage, stab, all the good stuff. The only thing we were missing was a Miracle Seed to make it even more damaging. We do take a ton of recoil damage, and they do play rough. It does take out the Rillaboom, but that just gives us a free switch in. That's all that does. Rillaboom's did its job. And the Tailwind does, in fact, peter out. I think I'm just going to go back into Zoe here for that Flash Cannon damage. Alright, Heatran comes out, back out. Ting Ting the Ting-Lu. Okay, yeah, even if they hit like a Fisher or whatever, like it doesn't matter. Tailwind. Because we can just set Rain Dance for Urshifu if the Heatran goes down this turn. Okay, Screamtail does live. That's unfortunate. And it does bury. Alright, what's the Ting-Lu? They're going to play rough. They do some damage there. Respectable. And they Heavy Slam. Yo, Heatran is giant, my guy. Heatran is like a lava whale or something like that. I don't really know what it is. A lava frog? I don't know. You tell me what you think it is. I feel like it's a whale. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's like based off of a whale. It's the underbelly that does it for me. Those lines. We'll go Bleak Wind. I guess we could have set the rain there. But I think with the Bleak Wind and this Flash Cannon, that should definitely be enough to take out the Screamtail. It is. Perfect. Rounding this battle out really nicely. We have a Urshifu in the back that says Ting-Lu's not going to do much. They Throat Chop. They Rage Quit. They Throat Chop, seen the damage, and said, I am gone. We're going to throw one more in. I think we got enough time for another battle. Just do three. We usually do 2 test battles, but I'm having fun. So we're going to do another one. Once all this animation comes out, we got more health back than they did damage-wise. That's funny. That's really funny. Alright. They said we had enough. You put too hard of a beating on me. We're out. We're done. Donezo. Alright, let's get into the third one and the final battle of the episode. Okay, Janet Lover here has some stuff. I kind of want to lead like this. Because this does a lot of damage to their team. Especially if we get that Tailwind up. Or if we get that, not that Tailwind up. If we get the Sword Stance off. Tyranitar in the back. And maybe Heatran. It's probably actually Urshifu now that I'm looking at it. Does a little more damage. That's why I'm saying Urshifu. And we don't have Tailwind, and they have Tailwind. Tough. That's a tough team. That's a good team they have. The Score Bunny, though, is weird. Not gonna lie. Okay, they go Frigoraph and Score Bunny. Let's go. Let's go. So we can't fake out. We could switch here, or we could switch here. Man, I wish I had a way of really hitting this thing really hard. Are we getting really greedy with the Terrestrialization Sword Stance here? Is that really greedy of me? It gives us our boosts with the Sandstorm and everything. Let's see what happens here. I'm afraid of Trick Room, and I have no way of stopping that right now. I couldn't even taunt it because it's priority taunt. This is a very passive first turn, unfortunately for us. I don't know how else to respond, to be honest with you, if I'm being 100% honest with you. And that's all I got. Just to be 100% with you guys. Let's see. Defense boost and a special defense boost from the sand. And they just protect. Okay. Okay. Yo, I'm okay with that, actually. Burned by Flame Orb. Why are you Flame Orb? That's weird. Alright, I mean, maybe we... They're normal type. Okay. We're just gonna Spiky Shield here. I'm gonna knock off the, knock it off. They Facade. Okay. Then we'll knock off that spot. Alright. Flame Orb was knocked off. They could ally switch again, which I really feel like they're going to. Why wouldn't you, right? I don't know. Are they helping hand? Okay. I don't know why you're helping handing at that low HP. That's kind of tough, but we'll Ivy Cudgel. Frigoraph goes down. Yeah, we should have just went right into their... whatever it's called. And they Facade into us. We live our defense boost. Nice. He was helping hand too, by the way. You had the boost from the burn, which is a really weird setup. Whatever. Usually you want like a guts user. Chi-Yu. Gross. Alright, oh, it's definitely a switch. And I'm gonna Spiky Shield just to see what they're doing here. Get out of here. They said we're done playing this game. And you know what? I don't blame them. They're going to rage quit. They're going to rage quit. It is what it is. Pretty decent way to end the episode. 2 rage quits with this team, actually. That's pretty funny. Not going to lie. This team's really, really fun. I've realized... excuse me. Sorry about that. I realized that it does a lot of offensive pressure pretty quickly. And that's exactly what we did there. But that's the end of the episode. I don't think I'm going to change anything at all, actually. I think I'm just going to leave it. And when we do the latter episode, this is actually coming out at the end of the month on the 30th. I'm not for sure off the top of my head if the Reg E is over on the 30th or if we're waiting until the DLC comes out. Which I think that's what they're doing for Reg F. EF? Yeah, that's how the alphabet works. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's... so I'm going to do a ladder video with this regardless of the fact, just because I'm in the team. And it's still pretty relevant, I feel. It's just a Swords Dance Ogerpom team. That's all it is. But like I said, that's the end of the episode. If you guys did in fact enjoy this episode at any point in time, go ahead, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, help us reach our goal of 500 subscribers by hitting that big red subscribe button. And then if you do that, you get the opportunity to stay up to date with my daily Pokemon content that hasn't been daily lately because I'm terrible at it. Until next time, stay weird, and I'll catch you on the next one.